Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. Welcome to my fourth daily, and today is November the 27th, 2017. Welcome to Cyber Monday. Holy moly, it's already Cyber Monday. Thanksgiving weekend is come and gone. I hope you had a good one for Thanksgiving. I hope your travels were safe. The turkey was good. The football was okay, yeah. Good game last night with the Steelers and who'd they play last night? How soon we forget. Don't remember. They played someone last night. They should have beat them and they did, and they only barely beat them. Ah, Green Bay Packers. They beat the Packers with the last second field goal to win the game. My wife's a Steeler fan. How can I forget this? Anyway, Cyber Monday. Man, things are happening fast. You know, you go to work, you sit down with a list of 10, 15, 20 people. You have an idea of what you want to get them. You hope you have an idea. Maybe you've done some scouting already. Today's the day you're going to click away and you're just going to buy the items you want for those 5, 10, 15, 20 people and get your shopping done in one shot on a good bargain deal. Amazon or whomever. Knock yourself out. The world has changed and that's what's going on. Fast times at Ridgemount High. Today in history, I wanted to mention this. I don't know if you care, but it happened. In 1973, today, Richard Nixon nominated Gerald R Ford for the vice presidency of the United States because his vice president, Spiro T. Agnew, pleaded no contest to bribery charges. It's unbelievable. So Spiro is out, Jerry Ford comes in, and he becomes the vice president of the United States about December 1973. And he says to Betty, "No problem, Betty, I've been a congressman for 24 years. I'm just about done with public life. I'm going to retire real soon. This is a nice way to cap off my congressional career as a public servant. I'll serve as the vice president for Richard Nixon for his last 2.5, 3 years. And then at the end of the term, you know, Mr. Nixon can't run anymore. It's his second term, and we can ride off into the sunset and retire together. Won't this be great?" And when he found out he was going to be the VP, he was living in a house in Virginia, which he'd been living in forever, and he had to move into the vice president's mansion. Trick was that it was under construction. It was being renovated. So he had to stay in his house while that was being done. He didn't mind. And 8 months later, whoops, Mr. Nixon has to resign the presidency of the United States, and Jerry Ford is the new president of the United States, still living in his house in Virginia. He's now president of the United States. He says to Betty, "Well, it looks like we're not going to be moving into the vice presidential mansion after all." "Nope, you're going to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, buddy." And in he went with Betty Ford, and well, the rest is history. He lasted 2.5 years and got defeated by Jimmy Carter. He just couldn't get over the fact that he pardoned Richard Nixon, and too many people wouldn't let him forget it and wouldn't forgive him for it, and that was that. But a little end of this story, more of a personal nature. I was a neighbor of the man, Mr. Gerald R Ford. Now, we're not next door neighbors. I'm not trying to dissuade you or lie to you. I lived in Palm Desert, California. He lived next door in Rancho Mirage, which is 2 miles from my place. And I had run into people in the valley where I used to live in the desert down there who said to me, "Oh yeah, I've met him. He goes to these functions all the time. Might be the 4-H club or the Boys and Girls Club or graduation ceremonies at the College of the Desert." He was active in the community. He really loved it there. He retired there and loved it, was an avid golfer. And people would talk about meeting him, and what a gracious guy, a very, very nice man. Betty Ford, wonderful woman. And they gave a lot to the Betty Ford Hospital to raise money for drug and alcohol recovery. Unbelievable foundation. They did a fantastic job there, and it's functioning even to this day. He passed away in 2006. He died on December the 26th, 2006. In Canada, we call the day after Christmas Boxing Day. And the valley was saddened by it, but we had been prepared. It was going to happen. He was ill the last 6 months. Last year he was quite ill. And in the last few weeks and days we knew it was imminent. And he passed away. And we were reminded about 2 days after his passing, 2 or 3 days after his passing, we were reminded that Gerald Ford was once the President of the United States when in the sky, in comes from Washington Air Force One. And that jet flew over the valley. We knew it was coming. It was the news. And unfortunately, the plane had to come to take the president to Washington so he could lie in state. And when the plane took off with the casket and the family, the jet did a loop, a giant loop around the entire valley, which encompassed Palm Springs, Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage, of course, Palm Desert, La Quinta, Indian Wells. The plane did the big loop one last time as a final goodbye, sort of a symbolic gesture. The president saying goodbye to the valley he adored when he retired. He spent probably 20 years in the valley, long time. And so that's my little story about Gerald Ford and his passing and all of that. But never lived in the mansion, the vice president's mansion. Never got to go there. right to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. I love that. Anyway, that's it for today's daily. I think I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank everybody for watching my channel all the time. I also do Twitter, and I'm having some fun today with some Twitter tweets to let everybody know I'm here, I'm here. If any of you watch this video and you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you really like it, you like what I'm doing, subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers I get, the more YouTube will promote my channel, and I'll just become a little more known, I suppose. I want to thank everybody for watching me. I'll look forward to talking again tomorrow on my 5th daily, but this is the end of the 4th daily, November 27, 2017. We'll talk to you next time. This is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce saying bye-bye for now.